Hey, what's up guys, welcome to this squad builder with me, boy FIFA 1 HD. We'll be putting together an unbelievable team from League 1. But before we do, as always, if you enjoy this squad builder, please remember to hit that like button, hit the subscribe as well if you are new to the channel. And of course, if you have any questions, then leave them in the comments below. Maybe some suggestions for improving this squad too. I love reading what you have to say. So the team in general is very, very dynamic. Everyone can get forward, everyone's really comfortable on the ball, and they are very solid in defence, but they break quickly. Obviously we're using the 4-3-2-1, which really helps take advantage of that. So without further ado, we're going to kick off in goal with the 84 rated Lopez. Honestly, this guy is absolutely phenomenal. As goalkeepers go, there are very few better in game. I was so impressed with this guy, especially for how good he is, for how cheap he is. Really did perform as good as an 86 to 88 rated goalkeeper in my opinion. He was everywhere, always made great saves, covered the goal well, very good reactions, and his diving and his handling were really pinpoint. Never spilled it back into the danger zone, which I loved about him, and I also thought his kicking was really good too. Now we're going to move ahead and go on to the right back position, and then we'll be putting in the fullback from Paris Saint-Germain, that is Thomas Munier. This card is really well rounded and I loved using him. Now while he isn't the quickest fullback in the game, I love the way that his stats were so evenly spread throughout every area. Means that in defensive situations he can do his job. He can win you the ball back, trap people, slow them down, make some tackles, get the ball and move it into players that can really make the difference. But he can also use the ball wisely himself. He's got a good range of passing, his dribbling is also really accurate for a fullback, and his pace and shooting are pretty good too. He's one of those defenders that will get forward well, makes good overlaps, and will get a lot of crosses in, rack up a few assists, and even the odd cheeky goal along the way too. Now at centre back we will be having a partnership of Marquinhos and Bembe. Now I'm going to start off by talking about Marquinhos. This guy I thought was absolutely exceptional, very similarly to Lopez, as a very good value player. I must admit, when I was putting this team together in the initial stages, I did think about going for Thiago Silva, maybe upping the budget for this squad and putting him in there. But I didn't need to, because actually when I looked at the stats on the base card, Marquinhos is really close to Thiago Silva in a lot of ways. Yes, he's not maybe quite as good at defending, but still 85 overall on Marquinhos' defence is really solid. He's got good pace, his physicality is quite good. Overall, definitely a player that will win you a lot of ball back. He's good in the air and just a really solid player with that little bit of pace, which is always a good thing. Bembe on the other hand is easily one of the most OP centre backs I've used in this game. He was exceptional in every area. 77 pace is delightful, and the two of them combined at centre back prove very effective at tracking back if they are caught out at any stage. Bembe's real strength, however, is definitely his presence, both in terms of defensive situations and attacking set pieces. He is a real man-mountain. He'll get on the end of absolutely everything. He will be very dangerous at scoring set pieces, but also really solid for defending them too. He is a great, solid defender. 82 defense, 83 physicality, means that he's an absolute tank. Very difficult to get around. He's got the pace and mobility as well, which I absolutely love, meaning that if you haven't used this guy already, what are you waiting for? Get him into your squads, because even if you're not using a League 1 team, the fact that he's got that French nation means that you can definitely get him into some squads and you will not be disappointed, because he is easily one of the best value centre backs in the game, period. Now we move on to the left back position, completing the defence, and we're going to put in Ferland Mendy. Now maybe an unusual choice for some, I'll admit, and I wasn't too sure on him, but he's a really solid pick. 87 pace is electric, really good, much better than Munier, so we can really fly up and down that wing, which is always good when you're not necessarily playing with out and out wingers. Very similarly to Munier, he's actually got some really good attacking stats in terms of his dribbling at 79 and his passing at 72, meaning that he can get around people, he can get some crosses in, and he can definitely create a lot of chances. In terms of defensive situations, obviously that pace is a real advantage, meaning that he can get back and recover well. His defence and physicality are also pretty neat and tidy. He'll definitely make a fair few tackles along the way, and proves overall to be a really solid pick, especially considering how cheap he is in game. Now we move on to the midfield three, and I'll be putting in Nabil Fekir, Adrian Rabiot, and finally Julian Draxler. Now I'm going to start off by talking about Fekir, who is easily one of the best players in this team. Very accomplished on the ball. Now while he didn't score the majority of the goals for this team, he was absolutely pivotal to so many of the moves where the attacking play was created, because this guy on the ball is one of the best in game, especially as a sort of standard gold card. He is so clinical. He's got amazing dribbling. 89 overall is absolutely to die for. Then you throw in the fact that he's got that really clinical passing, very good vision, means that he's always at the heart of every move, and that's why I loved him. He's also got decent physicality, so he can make a tackle or two along the way, and he's got really good shooting for getting in the box, finishing off chances, especially when he's created the move in the first place. Now Rabiot is definitely an interesting pick for some, but for me this guy was an absolute dead cert. He is pretty much good at everything, really well rounded, making him a perfect central midfielder, especially with the way that I'm playing him. Obviously I have used that chemistry style to up his defensive attributes, because that's mainly how I've been utilising him. He is definitely that screen in front of the back four. Now while he's maybe not the most accomplished CDM in the world, at central midfield he still does a really good job in that similar role. He's very strong, he's good in the air, he's got a definite presence to his game where he can pick the ball up, make a lot of interceptions, get a lot of tackles in and win you the ball back, and then when he does have it, he's got a good range of dribbling, his passing is very pinpoint and accurate, and he can even score the odd goal too with his decent pace and shooting. Now completing the midfield we have Julian Draxler, again a player very similar to Fekir, one that definitely gets involved in a lot of the attacking play, really makes things happen, and I must admit for an 83 rated player to have some of the stats he has, he is an absolute godsend and a really cheap player that you should definitely be using in your League 1 squads. 77 pace is really mobile for a central midfielder, then you throw in the fact that he has 86 dribbling, 80 on the shooting, which a lot of strikers would die for, to be quite honest, and then you've got 82 passing as well, means that he is a really solid pick. He can do the defensive side of things too, but where you really want to be using this guy is in and around the box, because he really does make things happen, both in terms of for himself and for others. Great range of finishing, lovely passing and really clinical dribbling makes this guy an absolutely fine choice. Now we're going to put in the first of our front three, and we're going to go for Pepe with his inform 81 rated card. Now to be quite honest, I'd never heard of this guy before I was building this squad, and I almost disregarded this card completely. However, at the time of making this video, there wasn't a great abundance of choice for this position, so I plumped for Pepe, and oh my god, I was not disappointed. He is dirt cheap. As informs go, you're really not going to lose any money invested in this guy. He costs about 15 to 16k, and my god, is he incredible value for that money. Electric pace at 88, very quick with his acceleration and really strong dribbling. His shooting is actually really good, 80 overall, and it feels so much better in game because he actually has 83 on the attack positioning, his finishing is at 80 and his shot power is at 85. The only things that really let him down are his long shots, penalties and volleys, which do bring that overall down, but actually the way he feels in game and the way that you'll see him finish for me in these clips proves that he is a very clinical player who can definitely chip in with a lot of goals along the way. Now our penultimate player in this squad is Angel Di Maria with his 86 rated inform card. Now obviously the advantage with this card is that he now plays on the left hand side, which is always good. But the real advantages are definitely his stats. 87 pace is electric, very good, very mobile, gets across the pitch really well. And then you throw in the fact that he has 87 dribbling. Decent shooting, yes, not amazing at 79, but he does have great long shots, shot power, and he's got the curve to his game too, which I really like. So while maybe he's not the best close one-on-one finishing, he's definitely one of those players from just inside or outside the box where he can really whip it into the top bin. He's also got a great range of passing, which I absolutely loved about him. Really is going to make a lot of chances and make things happen for the team. Our final pick, and the reason really for making this squad in the first place, is in form 85 rated Memphis Depay. This card is one of the best cards in the game, period. 90 pace on a striker is something people always look for. People love pace. Memphis has that. He also has incredible dribbling, making him very similar to the likes of Gabriel Jesus and even Ronaldo. But what really excels on this card is the fact that his shooting backs that up to at 83 overall. He's got a great range of passing for give and go at 83 too, and he has 81 on his physicality. So what most fast players with a good bit of dribbling and good shooting lack, Memphis also packs too, which is really why this guy is so overpowered. There is very little wrong with this card. He is very, very clinical. As you will see with some of the goals, he scored me an absolute wide range, some absolute screamers, but also some really clinical goals that you would just expect from a top striker, where he just gets the job done. Okay guys, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at the custom tactics for this team. And as you can see, we're going to start off with the defensive style of press after possession loss. We're going to have a width of 6 bars. Then we're going to have a depth of 5. Offensive style is going to be fast build up. Width, as you can see, also at 4. Players in the box there at 7. With corners and free kicks both at 3. Now we move on to the player instructions, and we start off with Memphis Depay with stay central and getting behind, which is mirrored on all of the front 3. Now on Julian Draxler we have the normal setup, but on Rabiot we have stay back while attacking and cover centre. On Fekir we have get forward, and we have also cover wing. On the fullbacks we have join the attack, as you can see there, and that completes the player instructions for this team. So I hope you enjoyed the video guys. This team does come in at around the 250k mark. It is a really fun squad to use. I'm sure you're going to love it too. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. If you have any suggestions for improvements, leave all of those there too. And peace!